Welcome to Coffee with the Ducks, another lovely episode. I am your co-host, Dana Bentz.
And I'm your co-host, Jorge Ferredo. How are you, Dana?
I'm doing good. How are you, Jorge?
Yay or nay? I'm excited. I'm excited. This is my favorite part of the week. Like, this show gives me boost, gives me energy. I see a lot of comments in the community, so maybe we can highlight some of them, Dana.
I know, we're super excited. Everyone's excited for today. Letitia says, can't wait. Me too. We have a great show today. Everyone, please hit the like button now. Oh, thank you. Yes, that would be great.
Like.
StreamYard test. Who's this? StreamYard test. I love that. Welcome to the show. David says, quack, quack. Oh, this is so fun. I love all the fun energy on Friday. Reth says, yo. Can't wait to see what's up your sleeve today. Linda, thank you for tuning in. So fun. John, good morning. Okay, Jorge, well, let's just jump right into it. We do not have a lot of time. And
we don't have a lot of time, as always. By the way, let us know where you're from, but bring it up. Bring it, Kelsey.
Bring it up. Bring it up. Bring it up.
Hi.
Hi, Kels. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. Good morning.
If you are excited to be here, we are 10 out of 5 excited. Well, 20
10 out of 5?
10 out of 10. So a lot of excitement here. All right, let's jump into this. So Kelsey, of course I know you, but for those of you that
cheers.
Yeah, I have the cup right there. Don't do this.
Yeah.
So Kelsey, tell us more about you, who you are, what's your background, and we are gonna start from there.
Sure. So who am I? My name is Kelsey Bentz, and I work at StreamYard as the Senior Customer Success Manager. So I am working with, like, hands-on with users, mostly in the tech support chat. So I'm in the live chat and helping troubleshoot issues that people are having, or technical difficulties of any kind, and just sort of helping our StreamYard users get the best possible experience with the platform. So that's where I'm focused. And then I also, personally, I'm a performer. I'm an actor, a singer, a dancer, and that's what I have my background and my training in. So that's a little bit about me. I'm very creative and definitely tend towards, like, creative endeavors and stuff like that. And that's why it's been a really awesome journey working for StreamYard. And I've almost been here for a year, which is crazy to think.
Yeah, that's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
OG, you're an OG.
Yeah. I was part of the original, like, really small team. So it's been an amazing journey to see how the company has grown, and also to see how, my creative and my performing background really assists in some ways in my position at StreamYard, because we do have a lot of performers and theater companies and, really creative events that use StreamYard, who are, obviously turning to the virtual solution because there's no really in-person performances right now. So being able to lend my expertise in the both the creative realm, but also my production and technical expertise realm has been a really cool journey over the last year.
In my opinion, you were a pioneer. So
yeah.
I'm gonna be completely honest. Completely honest with you. It's like, when nobody, it started the pandemic and all that, but when nobody was thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna start a show, I'm gonna bring my voice to the world, you were one of those first people in Broadway to do that. So in my opinion, you were that person that was super, super creative, saw the spark of opportunity, and actually started to do it. So what did motivate you to start your shows? Like, what was the initial idea for start doing all of this stuff that you do?
Sure, yeah. So I guess for those who are watching, I'll give a little background on the live stream show that I do every week personally. I have a show called Avenue A, And it's a live stream interview based show where I talk to fellow artists and performers and creatives about their experiences in the arts industries. So the goal with the show is really to connect with fellow artists in the community and stay connected in this time when we can't meet in person, as well as making an accessible resource for other young artists who are living through this moment and wanting to break into the artistic industry and maybe don't know where to start. So I was really blessed to get my degree in acting, and I went to a really great training program for that. But I know that not all young performers are able to do that. So that was part of the motivation for me to create the platform Avenue A to just get some insight from other artists on their experiences with acting, with networking, and with the arts industries. So I started the show last May.
Whoa.
So I guess, Jorge, you're right. Like it definitely was sort of the beginning of a lot of things moving virtual in terms of live streaming. I started at StreamYard a few months prior to that. So I was working on the platform and seeing its capabilities. And of course, at the same time, I was graduating from art school. So I was moving into this moment of like, okay, I'm leaving art school. I'm leaving that community where I have, friends and mentors and teachers, and I'm coming out onto my own, right? I'm working at StreamYard with this live stream platform. So how do I stay connected with my community, and how do I grow my community? And so the idea to sort of utilize the StreamYard platform in order to stay connected with my artistic community just sort of seemed like the best option, and sort of the only option. Like I was really trying to think like, what are my options here? And it was sort of like, okay, I have to move virtual. And I was so glad that I had the experience working on the back end of StreamYard to see all of its amazing capabilities, because before my employment at StreamYard, I really wasn't doing virtual content really at all. Like I wasn't really a YouTuber. I was very like technically shy, I would say. And so moving into the virtual space, especially with StreamYard, has been so exciting. And did we lose Jorge?
We lost Jorge.
Oops.
That's
okay. He'll come back.
back.
But yeah, all that being said, it sort of felt like the right move. And so we've been going live every week with a different artist since last May, coming up on, I think, like 9 or 10 months of the show.
Can you believe that? And season 2, right?
Season 2. Yeah. So this week will be our 35th episode.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Congrats.
Thank you.
Awesome. We have a really great question from the audience. Letitia asks, how are you managing your time, Kelsey? I'm a mother of 5 and trying to figure out that balance can be challenging.
Oh my gosh, Letitia, I can't even imagine being a mother of 5. Go you. That's amazing. Time management is really hard. And I struggled with it a lot at the beginning of the pandemic and the quarantine time, because I wasn't used to having my workspace and my like relax space being in the same space. So I found myself just working constantly because I was having a hard time finding that balance and those boundaries for myself. And I do think it's still an everyday challenge. Like I definitely find myself overworking a lot because I want to do the show, and I have my job at StreamYard, and I also do some freelance work. What was that word? Freelance work. And so it is really hard to manage, but I try. I guess the best answer is that I try to give myself I prioritize at least an hour for myself every day. And in that time, generally, I spend that moving my body and exercising. And that really helps me just like stay connected to myself and be able to bring my full self and full capacity to my full days. And that could look different for everyone, like taking a little bit of time just to be intentional, right? It doesn't have to be working out. It doesn't have to be exercise, but it could be, reading a book for 30 minutes or, going for a walk or whatever. But I find that just really encouraging myself to take a little bit of time every day helps me not to sort of just get blown away and fully absorbed into my busyness, if that makes sense.
Makes sense. By the way, I wanted to say something, Kelsey.
Yeah.
Apart from interviewing people, I totally believe that you should be sharing videos about how to be an actor, your journey into acting 101. There's tons of opportunity there, in my opinion, because you have a spark, you have magic. And I tell you this many times. I've been hearing you singing, I've been hearing you doing acting, because I was analyzing your website and all of that. I think you have stories to share with people. And in my opinion, like, interviews are awesome, sort of live streaming and format, but you have some other stories to tell about yourself and your journey that, in my opinion, you should be sharing with people. That's like
Thank you for saying that, Jorge. That's really meaningful to me, and that's a great idea. It really is. Yeah. So I'm gonna think about that. I haven't really considered it. I'm a little shy. Honestly, I'm a little shy with
You're shy?
I am, like, in terms of my own content, like I hold myself to such a high standard, and it can be really hard for me to like release content. I have to go through a whole thing in my head to, like, just get it out there. But I think it's really good for me. And like Avenue A was such a challenge to create in the beginning. I mean, Dana knows, like, she was helping me with the development of the idea and the graphic design and just sort of like the concept. And I was freaking out and I kept stalling and delaying it. And she was like, you just have to just do it. Just put it on the calendar sooner rather than later and just get the first one out of the way. And that was really great advice, because I did. And that, like, I wanted to poop my pants the whole time. But once I did that and I got it out of the way and I didn't poop my pants, the rest of the ones kind of came a little easier. Daniel wants to know where Avenue A is. So you can find it on facebook.com/Avenue A Live. We have a Facebook page, or YouTube is under my channel, Kelsey Bentz. Nice. And all of the episodes stream to both Facebook and YouTube.
Beautiful.
And Periscope. I actually just started streaming to Periscope. Fun fact.
Ooh, cool.
Actually, we got a very funny question from Stuart that says, how does it feel to be interviewed by your sister?
Great. I mean, Dana and I do like a zillion million shows together, so it's
I know. I feel like we do.
We're always live. Like we're always live. She produces Avenue A for me. We have StreamYard Spotlight, Coffee with the Ducks now. So it's fun. It's fun to be on the interviewee side, because I'm usually on the flip interviewing people. And I even had Dana on Avenue A, and I interviewed her. So
that's so funny.
Yeah,
we just flip flop situations all the time.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's really fun to be a guest. It's like totally a different feel to be a guest instead of hosting the show.
Totally.
Yeah.
I feel being a guest is like chill, relax. You just come here with your coffee, with your smile. You just tell people. But when you're in the back of the scenes, it's like, I had issues with my internet connection. I was like, oh no! And then, like, luckily, that's the beauty of having multiple people being co-hosts. It's like you can back it up each other and you can help each other. But definitely, it's quite stressful to be to be on this side, but it's fun. Anyway, so talking about stress, look at this correlation. In my opinion, support is super fun, but at the same time could be a lot of stress, especially if there are issues with Facebook or issues with platforms, or if we have a bug, or sometimes customers can be angry or can be upset. So which skill sets did you incorporate from your acting career into your support career, let's say? So it's kind of like,
that's a great question, Jorge.
Yeah.
What is the synergy there?
Yeah. Honestly, the biggest skill, because there is quite a bit, like, I use skills that I learned in acting school, like, really, in my support job. And I would say the biggest one is empathy, because it's I understand that it's really stressful to put on live events, especially in this time where that's sort of our only option. So a lot of people are beginning and sort of like entering into this virtual space where they have literally never done it before, and otherwise probably wouldn't do it. So there's a lot of stakes, right? And it's really frustrating. Technology is really frustrating for people. And we really try to make StreamYard very user friendly, which I think is why we're able to grow so much and people are so in love with the platform. But in terms of the support, like, it can be hard. Like people come to us in their most stressed moment, you know, and in their most frantic and desperate moment, like when something hasn't worked right or they're having a certain issue. And so for me, like, I really just tap into the understanding of how hard that is. And just to let them know, like, okay, you know, like, I totally get it and we will find a solution for you. So like, just stick with it and we'll try and troubleshoot, you know, and I just really take them through all the steps. And I try to think of like, you know, what it feels like to be a user of a platform that's really foreign to you, and that, you know, you have a lot riding on your shoulders to produce a virtual event in a time when you like have never done that before. It was terrifying for me when I first started, and so I would say that empathy and to understand like the other person's point of view, which is something, of course, we use in acting to understand our character and to understand the characters that we're playing opposite of, you know, in whatever type of performance. It really does come in handy for me. And generally, you know, when people come in and they're so stressed and it feels like, you know, everything's just broken, me coming in with that sort of steady patience and empathy and understanding and solution-oriented sort of advice really helps.
That's beautiful. And now it's like the other question around, like, what is support teaching you that you are incorporating into your acting career, if any? I don't know.
That is also a great question. And yes, so the biggest, honestly, what I'm learning, I'm learning so much communication skill from support, because we're on the chat and email. So we don't have a phone line. So it's a little bit different. Like, you have to really learn how to communicate clearly with people via chat, which is harder than you think, especially when you're talking about kind of complicated technical issues that come up. So I've just gotten like super good at like writing emails and like coming across as clear as possible. And like the sort of business and marketing side, I think is a lot of what I've learned in the support job that I can take into my performance career, in terms of, you know, knowing how to draft a really kick-ass email and send it out to producers and to, you know, to casting directors, and like learning really how to say what I want to say in the best possible way so that it's clear and concise. And, you know, I don't know if that makes sense, but that's really what I feel I've learned most, is just like learning how to talk to people, you know, like in the virtual space. Like, I think specifically with emails and with the written word.
I totally see that. Actually, Tim asked, like, what do you use, Kelsey, for your setup? So Tim, every week we have the technical, like the show from Daniel, tech reviews. So I feel Daniel should bring Kelsey to chat about her setup.
That's a good idea.
Good idea.
My setup's pretty simple though. I can give the little bit of tea right here, right now. I just use a Blue Yeti mic and a Logitech webcam. And then lighting is everything. You know what I mean? Like, I got like the window, and then I got our little ring light, and then I'm just like in my bedroom. But you do what you got to do.
All right, cool. So I'm going to ask the last question, because otherwise then I will be like, I hate you, Jorge. I'm not going to be your friend. So, the last question, and by the way, if you're enjoying the show, if you really love this show that we put together every 2 weeks with our people, with all the StreamYarders with you, give it a thumbs up on YouTube, Facebook, whenever you're watching, and also subscribe. So now, a question to you, Kelsey. I know, like, you're a producer as well, so you help people produce their shows. I think that's it's right on spot. It's like it's one of the best jobs to have right now in the middle of the pandemic. The question is, what is, so I know like a StreamYard has like a program for producers, but what is that about? Like, why did you join the program, and what are the benefits that maybe some people in the audience will feel like, hey, I want to get some extra money, or I want to help other people? What are other sort of passive income or other incomes that I can do? It's not passive because you need to work.
Sure, definitely not passive, but yes. So I am a part of the StreamYard producer program, which basically was created for StreamYard users who were feeling like they were just a little bit in over their heads in terms of the events they were trying to produce and just needed some help. So obviously, like within the StreamYard platform, we offer a certain level of support, which is the chat, the 24/7 help chat and the email. But in terms of like hands-on support, we wanted to create an opportunity and provide that privately for our users who want it. So I had been using StreamYard, since the beginning, and I've knew all the ins and outs. I spend 40 plus hours a week in the platform. So like, I know it. And I felt like, it would be an awesome opportunity to help other people and provide some expertise for them and sort of like ease the stress of producing an event, because like, I just know this platform so well. And a lot of it, I can provide a lot of insight for people. And you're right, Jorge, like it is definitely an awesome sort of freelance thing to be doing right now, because so many events are virtual. And in terms of like the sort of what you mentioned about passive income or sort of freelance opportunities, I don't know. I think it's just connecting with people in the community and like putting yourself out there. Because when I first started producing, I was a part of the producer program, but like I would only have like maybe one client every couple months. Like it was very sort of sporadic. And but as I've sort of like grown my contacts and I've been taking on more clients, and I've become much more active on LinkedIn and Facebook and like connecting with the StreamYard community and stuff like that, that has really helped sort of get the word out, I guess, about me and what I can do. And of course that helps people to know, because they're like, oh, okay, cool. Like she offers these things, and they wouldn't have known otherwise, if I wasn't active on the social media platforms and stuff like that. So I hope that answers the question, but it's definitely, I mean, doing freelance work and sort of like working for yourself is an interesting concept, and it's definitely new to me. And something that I'm figuring out as I go. But the producing thing has been really, really fun, and it's been a great freelance opportunity for me, and I really love it. I love working privately with clients and sort of making their artistic vision and taking that and putting it to life. And that really does feel also very similar to what I do as a performer too. Like I take the director's vision, right? And as an actor, I embody it and I bring it to life. And so it's the same concept with producing. Like I sit down with my clients and I say, okay, like, what's the vision here? And I take the bits and pieces that they're able to give me, and I'm able to put it together and create the vision for them.
Beautiful. So now we are transitioning to the next round. I just want to say something. So I see comments from Faris saying, how can I pay from Ethiopia? I see other comments from, how can I pay in Japan and other countries? So please, please, please reach out to us. And just not only for this, but if you have any other sort of questions, reach out to us at streamyard.com/contact. So if you want us to support new payments, if you want us to support new languages in the platform, if you're having any issues, go to streamyard.com/contact, and our beautiful support people will reach out to you. And also any other thing that we can take from product, we will hear from you. So now, my favorite time of the show, Dana.
My favorite. Woo! Okay, this is my favorite part of the show. Kels, we're going to hit you with these one-word answer questions, and you just give us your answer off the top of your head.
Hit me.
Okay. Do you prefer texting or talking?
Talking.
What What would be the best musical that you would ever want to appear in?
Legally Blonde.
Nice. Okay, favorite city that in the world besides the one you live in?
Copenhagen.
Oh, Denmark. Love that. Nickname your parents used to call you?
Kels or Kelster.
Kelster.
That was grandma. Grandma still calls me Kelster.
Kelster sounds like a food.
I know.
Okay, favorite holiday?
Thanksgiving, because it's also my birthday week. Sometimes my birthday falls on Thanksgiving, so it's just like a very festive time for me. And food is my favorite. So
same. Okay, scale of 1 to 10, how good of a driver are you?
Oh, I mean, I would say probably like an 8 or 9. Like I've never gotten into an accident that has been my fault. So
nice. How long does it take you to get ready in the morning?
Depends on the situation, but like on the day to day, like 10 minutes. If I'm trying to get cute, maybe 20.
Nice.
That's fast. My sisters are taking longer.
It's an acquired skill. Like over the years, I've gotten faster. Yeah.
Age you want to retire?
I don't believe in retirement. Because I pursue what I love to do and what I love spending my time doing. So like, I don't think there's ever going to be a time when I'm like, okay, I'm done. So I really, I won't retire. I'll just be doing what I love till the day I die.
Still in movies when you're 90. Yeah. Love it. Okay. What was your last Halloween costume?
Last year I went as Gwen Verdon, and a friend of mine went as Bob Fosse. So we were Fosse and Verdon. If anyone knows that show on FX. Yeah.
Cute. And say any word in Spanish.
Oh God. I took 5 years of Spanish. Jorge, this is embarrassing. And I can't put a sentence together.
Georgia's giving us
just one word.
It's like a very long, like, I take 20 years of Spanish, but you know what? I don't remember anything. Dude.
The word dolce. That's Spanish, right?
No, that's Italian.
Fuck.
but it's okay. It's okay. Dolce.
I failed.
No, but like, hola, no?
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
Oh, there we go.
Muy bien.
Perfect.
Okay. Oh my God.
That was awesome. That was our lightning round.
All right.
This has been such a great show. Kels, thanks for joining us on Coffee with the Ducks.
Thanks for having me.
We have a question for you, Kels. Who should we bring next?
No, I realized you were going to ask me this, so I've been thinking about it. Do you think we want someone else from the support team?
I think so. Or engineers.
Yeah. That'd be fun. Well, I'm going to nominate Presley.
Woohoo! Presley.
Hopefully she's down.
Okay, Presley's up next.
Beautiful.
Kels, thank you again for giving us the inside scoop on what it's like to be support and a little bit more about your background.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. It was a great time.
By the way, we may have a surprise for you next week in terms of like a birthday party surprise. That's
exciting.
Keep an eye to our social networks.
I love it.
All right.
Okay.
Sounds good. Bye, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.